Not later, right now. Genius is not building a 9th probe. What? Okay, guys. Our player down here, or top at the top right from MVP, who for some reason for about 10 seconds did not build his 9th probe.
There he is. Well, his opponent is starting at the bottom right of Tal'Darim Altar in the blue colors. We have the Zerg player named
Cezanne.
He lost the first game to a Protoss player. He lost his first match to Squirtle on Belcher Beach.
Well, we'll see how Genius fares against Cezanne. I don't know if Genius could pull off a crazy comeback like Squirtle did.
Lucky in his scouting, by the way, for player map, and he spots his opponent on the first position that he scouts with a probe. It's perfect for him. He knows about the pool timing now.
Man, Genius is just, he didn't build his 9th probe immediately. He wasn't chrono boosting on his Nexus during this time. He's nervous or something. I don't know what's going on, Caldor. He's just not, this is just not the Genius I know.
He will go for the Nexus first.
Yeah, looks like it. Considering how much he's messed up his workers so far, he might as well try to do that to make up for it.
Well, he knows about the timing of the pool. He knows there's the normal pool timing. There's no gas so far, so he doesn't have to be afraid. And he's
gonna make the forge.
That kind of surprises me. After banking up that many minerals, waiting with the forge.
Yeah, he went all the way to 17 before making the forge. It's very unusual. But yeah, it's a safer choice. I think he was like, well, the pool's done, you know, I gotta be careful. It is fairly close position, so his choice here is pretty smart and pretty standard, but I was a little bit surprised that he made his forge so late.
When he started up to bank up minerals, I actually assumed that at some point with the scouting that he did, no gas, the pool and everything, no early pool, that he would try to get a little bit greedy and get the Nexus first. This is definitely the safer option. The Zergling's heading out right now. He was trying to block the 3rd base, wasn't he? Yes, and now the Zerg player is getting his new base while we have Cezanne with the first cannon being made. Oh, is he attacking the rocks right away? It looks like it. Yes, he does.
Cezanne sending his first 3 Zerglings to attack the rocks. A 4th Zergling to deny probe scouting. This is actually really cool. I like this. Usually most players send all 4 to their opponent's base, and in this case he's like, no, actually I just might as well start working on these rocks. I really like that.
This is one of the biggest problems on Tal'Darim Altar for a Zerg player. Against Protoss, you really like to take that 3rd base as fast as possible. On Tal'Darim Altar, you need to kill the rocks. A lot of Zerg players therefore decide to take the 3rd base in a different position. But with start positions like that, he would have to expand towards his opponent's base or take the base to the left, which is horrible because it's so hard to defend. Attacking the rocks makes a lot of sense. He's just trying to clear the path for his 3rd.
And Cybernetic score going down now for Genius. I think we'll see it. I think we'll see Genius go Stargate at these positions. It's a pretty good position for Stargate. If your opponent wants to take a fast 3rd base where the rocks are already being destroyed, you can get your Void Ray over there with the Phoenix pretty quick. It's a pretty good map for it. Genius likes his Stargate play. I don't think we'll see crazy carrier stuff like he's shown us in the past or anything like that, but probably see Stargate out of him, especially now that he's taken his 3rd gas. It seems pretty apparent.
10 additional Zerglings are being built for Cezanne right now. He didn't get gas just yet, by the way. He's still relying on minerals. The Stargate that Wolf mentioned just being built by Genius. He's going for the Stargate plate. Makes perfect sense in those positions.
I think Cezanne's actually going to use those Zerglings to destroy the rocks, and yeah, that's exactly what he's doing, sending all of them over to the rocks right now. And he's banking up those minerals, like you say. He didn't take his gases yet, so he wants to get that fast 3rd. I really like this play from Cezanne.
That's a huge problem that you have when you are trying to kill those rocks that usually need additional Zerglings, and that's why a lot of Zerg players decide to skip that position and build the 3rd at a different location. But with the start positions as they are, this is really, really hard for Cezanne, so killing the rocks is the only option that he has in the end.
Yeah, definitely so. And he's doing a good job of it. The rocks are gone. He's got 400 minerals banked up. He's going to make that hatchery now. Still hasn't taken his gases yet. And, you know, with no evolution chamber as well, that first Void Ray with Phoenixes following it up could be problematic for that hatchery.
You should follow that up with additional queens. I'm actually surprised that he has only 3 queens. With
a little bit surprised as well, but he is thankfully for him, moving his creep towards that direction very quickly.
Well, he has one creep slave, so he can use that energy, but still, usually you get at least 4 queens for that. Especially when you are getting a fast third, 4 queens are definitely something that he should consider. And he has to assume that Cezanne with those start positions, I mean, you explained it already, it makes perfect sense for the Protoss player. And Cezanne has to know that his opponent might get a Stargate. So getting more queens is just the logical consequence out of it.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly enough, Kaldor, Genius is not sending his first... Okay, now he's sending his Void Ray to kill an Overlord. Should probably send his Void Ray down there now since the Phoenixes are so quick they can rally and catch up, but now he's shown the tech, and Cezanne is already spread his creep quite far. It's almost to the hatchery. When the hatchery finishes, it's going to link up, and Spores are already on the way, but still, yeah, no additional queens. Finally starting a 4th one. Should have enough to hold this, but it's not going to be easy.
He will finish 1 or 2 spine crawlers, spore crawlers, and then he can just walk them towards the expansion. The creep is already spread up to the 3rd base. And Cezanne is supply blocked right now and is losing 1 queen. Is he getting for transfuse? He doesn't have the energy. Queen dies to the Void Ray, and he's now just getting it. Finally another queen.
Yeah, and spore crawler a little bit exposed. Oh no, he may end up losing both of these queens. Most likely will, but the last queen coming to arrive to help out. 1 Phoenix taken out.
Cezanne now getting more and more queens, but it's already too late. He lost 3 of them, and I have to say that he could have avoided that. That was not necessary.
Yeah, and this is the one time in which the Stargate play really works out. If you can kill all the queens for any period of time, like right now, Cezanne is missing injects because he has no queens. He can't spread his creep as well as he would want to. So his Stargate play has been successfully committed to a lot of Phoenixes, made 5 in total.
He's going for the Hydra 10 in order to counter that. But the thing is, if you skip gas completely, it is just so important to get 4 queens.
It's so important, and you can have extra queens. I mean, you have the extra minerals to do it. It's really not a problem, especially on a map like this. It's really good to have those extra queens. There's no... You're not going to miss any injects. You're going to have so much lower, but also you can spread your creep so quickly. You can have transfuse energy for any sort of timing attack you may encounter. I completely agree, Kaldor. You should have gotten those extra queens. Now making 2, with the additional 2 he's going to have, we'll have 4.
Yeah, so finally he's getting some, and he's already, well, he has the spore crawlers in place now, but still he lost a little bit too much in the early stage of the game to that. Could have avoided it. But we have 61 against 60 harvesters, and a macro hatch is being built now as well, while Genius is preparing to get a 3rd.
I like Genius continuing to harass these Overlords. He's already killed so many. He knows that Cezanne's going to be trying to skimp, get out as few as possible to make sure that he has enough supply, but he doesn't want to overmake them, and now Genius kind of trying to force him to make a few extra Overlords. In fact, 4 started immediately after Genius just kills 1. It's a bit of extra, doesn't really need that many.
Genius has Blink coming up now after the Templar Archive finishes, and Cezanne just now getting the speed upgrade, getting +1 attack, getting +1 armor. He's now investing with all that he already, well, with all the gas that he accumulated. He has the Hydralist. Did he build any? He didn't build any Hydralist.
No, I like that. I mean, you get the Hydralist now, you can be safe. You don't have to use it. You can use it if you need to, but you don't have to use it. Probably should get that range upgrade pretty soon, though.
Yeah, he knows that overcommitting to Hydralist will just open the chance for his opponent to get the Colossi, and with extended therm lance, Hydralists just don't stand a chance as they lack the hit points.
Very true indeed. And that Void Ray is still kind of looking around for Overlords. Genius doing a great job of killing Overlords and denying his opponent's scouting. I'm a little bit disappointed we don't see Genius going for the creep, though. It's something a lot of Protoss players have started to do recently, just camp the Void Ray on the edge of the creep. If they're only doing 1 tumor like Cezanne is right now, you can just totally shut that down.
Especially because I was just checking if he had an Observer, and he does have 1. With an Observer and the Void Ray, he could try to kill the creep and just force it back. Nice probe harassment, nice drone harassment right there.
Yeah, killing actually a ton of drones there. In total, he's killed 11 workers right there at that particular moment. I think he killed about 6 or 7.
4th base for Cezanne being built.
Probe count advantage goes to Genius, 68 to 67. Very close, though. But nice to see Genius evening things out. Something Genius and Hongan both have been doing recently on this map is getting the 3rd base up, adding a ton of gateways, and making almost only Blink Stalkers, adding Colossi in as is necessary, but getting almost only Blink Stalkers to control the map, and eventually just kind of turtling against any possible Mutalisk play or Roach-type play. And if you can just keep holding off the attacks, get that maxed out army, he can control the game as he wants with that extremely mobile Blink Stalker force. And I think that's what we're going to see Genius transitioned into, although he is going pretty heavy on Colossi right now.
And I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see a Spire for Cezanne. He's just going pure Roach, now adding a few Hydralists and started with a range upgrade. But there is just no reason why you wouldn't get at least a Spire to be able to get corrupted.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised as well. He's got the Roach Burrow movement upgrade on the way. He's got +2/2 for his Roaches and Hydras as well. That Zergling, Zergling run by almost takes out a Pylon.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like that upgrades, all those upgrades that he's getting right now. Really upgrade heavy play, but relying purely on Roach and a few Hydralisks, I'm not sure if that's going to work. You need a really good economy in order to back that up. You need to trade armies with the Protoss player on a continuous level, because the Protoss army is usually, with this combination, a lot stronger than yours.
Very true. And something else I'd like to note is normally when you do this type of thing, you try to just kill Nexi with your Roaches and trade them. But at these positions, it's not easy for Cezanne to go for the third. He has to walk a lot further, and his Roaches are going to be spotted. So, you know, right now, Genius is going to see this push coming. He's got an Observer out here. He's going to be totally fine. He can stay at the top of his ramp here, and he's already ready to run back to his third at any moment to defend. It looks like we're going to see Cezanne do a two-pronged attack, though, which is pretty smart.
Two sides, and attacking right now at the third and at the natural as well. There are two Colossi so far. He's going for the cannons. Losing a ton of Roaches already, but dealing some damage, and the army of Genius at the bottom. Force fields are being used. Immediately Burrow move are being used in order to retreat.
And +2 or +1 armor actually going to be cancelled because the forge is destroyed.
Getting more and more Roaches now, reinforcing with 20. I like that army split, blinking in for the kill. Another attempt to attack the bottom base, but once again, Genius is ready.
Yeah, and Genius defending this brilliantly. I'm actually really impressed by this. Most Protosses would not have split their armies as well as he did. Genius actually, even in supply now, he's got a really nice timing unlocked where he can actually just move out and kill the third base of Cezanne perhaps if he wants to. He's still got a total of 3 Colossi, and this is something else that Hongen has been doing that Genius has also been doing as well. It's almost as if they've worked on this together because they both developed this strategy independently of each other, but kind of at the same time, is going for that Fleet Beacon to help secure that fourth base. The Fleet Beacon, of course, for a mothership, you can use that for recall as you move out across the map, but hold that thought. A huge wave of Roaches actually surrounding the army of Genius, but good force fields and a really good composition for Genius as well.
Trying to use the good concave, but it's not enough. The army is too small. I don't even know why Cezanne is going for Hive Tech. He doesn't have anything to tech. Is he just getting +3/+3? He doesn't have his Spire. He can't go for a Greater Spire right now.
He can't go for a Greater Spire, and I tell you what, Ultralists are not what he wants right now.
No, definitely not.
He doesn't even have that much economy. He may actually just die to this attack by Genius since he just does not have enough Roaches. Genius's upgrades are +2, but Cezanne has better upgrades at 2/2, but the problem is he just does not have a strong enough force. The Void Ray even in the mix, adding a lot of damage, almost fully charged.
Mothership is being built. I doubt we'll see it though. There's the GG, Cezanne losing the second game.
Genius showing how to split an army really well in that game. Actually having his buildings placed really well as well. Kept the Nexus alive. I think if Cezanne had tried to target down the Nexus, maybe that could have been better for him. Instead, he just kind of half-heartedly battled Genius's army. Didn't really micro, didn't stutter step forward with his Roaches. So, in general, I feel that Cezanne could have done that a little bit better, but even so, Genius defended it so well. And then his counterattack timing was unlocked. He was almost maxed out. He had +2, and he was like, well, I'm just going to go with this, and it worked out for him.
Cezanne played a little bit like a one-trick pony style in this game. Roaches was all he went for, and that Hive Tech didn't make any sense at all to me.
Yeah, the Hive Tech seemed a bit nonsensical. I mean, like you said, he didn't have a Spire. Ultralists were not the right choice in that moment.
+3/+3, but even with those upgrades, what are you going to do?
Yeah, he had the fourth base up even. He should have just tried to trade a little bit better. As soon as he saw that he wasn't doing damage, he should not have lost all those Roaches. If he lost all the Roaches, and also that fight where he had the concave, it was a good idea. You know, maybe he can crush this army right now. We could have waited until he had all the Roaches together at once before doing that. And Genius had the Phoenixes. He removed part of the concave just by picking up 7 Roaches at once, and then just was able to crush that army. The Colossi doing so much damage. Really nice micro by Genius there. And also the Void Ray in the mix just ended up getting about 20 to 25 kills there, doing a lot of damage, just adding in that extra DPS. We're going to take another 5-minute break, guys, so don't go anywhere.